Hello, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy. Thank you for joining me today, July 24, 24. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all. So we'll start off by giving a shout out to the chat. Shout out to Banner, Graham, great to see you. Isaac, beautiful. Nikosmas, good evening. Christy, good evening. Graham, good evening. And Mother Rhea, much love. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining me a little bit earlier today. I am going to be doing a shorter reading today because after this, I'm going to be doing an amazing interview with a beautiful person, Shay de Montfort, who is a psychic reader and a publisher of Magic Magazine. It's going to be a beautiful conversation. That's happening at 7. I hope you all join me after for that. But let's get started with our tarot today. So for today, we want to start with our astrology. We're still dealing with that incredible energy of the sun in Leo, which is this bright, confident, just passionate energy, right? We do have to worry about tension and causing fights and being almost too passionate, too fiery in this time. And then on the moon side of things, we have the moon in Pisces, which is really interesting energy, right? It's that ultra sensitive energy. We're going to be feeling the people's emotions around us, more in tune with the world around us. And other people's emotions are going to affect us in a deeper way. And when you combine this with that energy of the Leo, this could be amazing for connecting with a loved one, for learning to flow and to meet each other's needs and to really see each other. Or it could also lead to conflict because we're sensitive and then we become, we get hurt easily and then we lash out. So this is intense energy just to be aware of. And we need to learn how to balance it and flow between these two extremes, that sun of the Leo, which is so outgoing and passionate, and that moon of Pisces, which is so self-reflective and calm and wanting to listen and learn and flow with others, So this is interesting energy to have together. And that's kind of the defining force for our day. When I was pulling my cards this morning and I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about for today, I drew the Fool card, which anyone who knows me is my favorite card. That's Dionysus, right? That's Fanes. It's the beginning and the ending. The fool who takes that leap of faith into the unknown, right? Into transformation, into generation, into experience. And the message today was to be in that Bacchic Revelry, right? To join your heart and your soul. What does the mysteries of Dionysus do? It connects your body to your soul, to your higher self, to those muses. It allows you to move and flow and to really be in this profound place. Dionysus is that energy that pushes you, that commands you to take the leap, that asks you to join in the chorus, to dance and sing in harmony, to strive after that great mother, right? The divine Cybele, Rhea, Semele, It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. And this is that energy that I had. And I wanted to read to you one of my favorite passages from Euripides' Bacchae. It's a bit of a longer passage, so please bear with me, but it's relevant and magical. This comes from the chorus. It says, "From Asia, over the holy ridge of Tmolus, hastens to a pleasant task, a toil that brings no weariness for Bromius' sake, in honor of the Bacchic god, who loiters in the road, who lingers neath the roof. Avaunt, I say, and let every lip be hushed in solemn silence, for I will raise a hymn to Dionysus, as custom I ordains. O happy he, who to his joy is initiated in heavenly mysteries, and leads a holy life, joining heart and soul in Bacchic revelry, upon the hills, purified from every sin, observing the rites of Cybele, the mighty mother, and brandishing the thyrsus with ivy reed head, he worships Dionysus. Go forth, ye bacchanals, bring home the Bromian god Dionysus, child of a god from the mountains of Phrygia to the spacious streets of Hellas. Bring home the Bromian god, whom on a day his mother in her soul sore travail brought forth untimely, yielding upon her life beneath the lightning stroke of Zeus's winged bolt. But forthwith Zeus, the son of Cronos, found for him another womb wherein to rest, For he hid Bromius, him in his thigh, and fastened it with the golden pins to conceal him from Hera. And when the fates had fully formed the horn god, he brought him forth and crowned him with a coronal of snakes, whence it is the fiercest bearing maenads hunt the snake to twine about their hair. O Thebes, nurse of Semele, crown thyself with ivy, burst forth with blossoms fair of green convolvulus, and with boughs of oak and pine. Join in the Bacchic revelry, don thy coat of dappled fawnskin, decking it with tufts of silver hair. With reverent hand the sportive wand we now wield, anon shall the whole land be dancing, when Bromius leads his revelers to the hills and away, where wait him groups of maenads, from loom and shuttle roused in frantic haste by Dionysus, hidden caves of the Curites, O hallowed haunts in Crete, that saw Zeus born where the Corbantes, with crested helms, devised for me in their grotto the rounded timbrel of oxhide. That's the drum I play, by the way. Mingling Bacchic minstrelsy with the shrill, sweet accents of the Phrygian flute. A gift bestowed by them by the mother Rhea, to add its crash of music to the Bacchantes' shouts of joy. But frantic satyrs won it from the mother goddess for their own, and added it to their dances and festivals, which gladdened the heart of Dionysus, each third recurrent year. Dionysus always rules for three, after 3 years, he rules, and then Apollo is for 2. Oh, happy that votary, when from the hurrying revel rout he sinks to earth in his holy robe of fawnskin, chasing the goat to drink its blood, a banquet sweet of flesh, uncooked as he hastes to Phrygia's, to Libya's hills, while in the van the Bromian god exults with cries of Eva. With milk and wine and streams of luscious honey flows the earth, and Syrian incense and luscious green smoke. So beautiful, 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 right? Go and flow with Dionysus. Join the chorus. Sing in revelry. Bring your drums and your flutes and your cymbals, right? And be in that generative love embrace of nature and of wildness and of revelry. Beautiful. Love it. All right. We're now going to go to our sortes. We're going to start with, since I just read Euripides, we might as well start with Euripides. So this book contains 10 plays, including the Bacchae, but as well as Medea and other classics. All right. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message from Euripides? Oh, my misery, I will tear my hair, my nails rend and lacerate my cheeks. Nurse, my child, what are you about? Will you disfigure your person? Hermione, ah, this delicate veil, off with it from my hair and into the air with it. Nurse, my child, cover your bosom, fasten your dress. Hermione, but why should I cover my bosom with robes? The thing I have done is not covered, not concealed, not hidden from my husband. Wow. What is the message here? It's about learning to love thyself and to be in flow, to embrace that bliss, to remove the veils that cover us and deny us our true humanity, you know? To be in revelry, to be in the bliss and pleasures of joys of life, in song, in sex, in good drink. That's part of life and one of the most beautiful aspects of life. It's about responsibility, you know, and learning to move and flow. And if you can be a true adult, of course you can enjoy these things. Don't hide behind veils and silliness. All right. We are now going to hop over to The Shape of My Will. This is a great book. All right. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message from our friend Grant? Inspire us today. Okay. Can't you see the shadows moving on the wall? Oh, wow. Can't you see the shadows moving on the wall? Doesn't this immediately make you think of Plato and the allegory of the cave? Can you see the shadows? Do you see them for shadows? Or do you just see the play that's being put on before you? Something to think about. All right. We're now going to go to Ore. All right. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message from Ore? Okay. In this life or the next one, we'll be called to bring forth all manner of powerful energies and spirits. Furthermore, they may cross from the other side of perception's veil and take up residence in various golems or vessels that will interact with the will and become a part of life. Wow. Furthermore, they may cross from the other side of perception's veil. Again, we have to tear down those veils. And our perception, are we seeing things for what they truly are? The muse is really speaking tonight. And take up residence in various vessels that will interact and become a part of life. What are these vessels, right? Eidolons. Beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. Wow. Okay. We are now going to go to Lord Byron, one of the great poets. All right. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message from Lord Byron? And oh, that quickening of that heart, that beat, how much it costs us. Yet each rising throb in its cause as its effect so sweet, that wisdom ever on watch to rob joy of its alchemy and to repeat fine truths. Even conscience too has a tough job to make us understand each good old maxim. So good, I wonder. Castlereagh, don't tax him. This is beautiful. And oh, that quickening of the heart, that beat, how much it costs us. What is the quickening of the heart and the beat? That's that Bacchic Revelry. Yet each rising throb is in its cause as its effect so sweet. It brings that love, it brings that joy. That wisdom ever on watch to rob joy of its alchemy and to repeat fine truths. We must be cautious of our wisdom, right? Lest it prevent us from joy and from engaging in the alchemical process. Even conscience too has a tough job to make us understand each good old maxim. What are these maxims but the myths? Wow. Castlereagh, don't tax him. Beautiful. All right. That was fun. Okay. Since we're doing a shorter episode today, because we're going to be doing that interview with the beautiful Shada Montford lady, I'm going to now hop over to our Ganapati Ganesha Oracle. And we are going to ask the Lord of the Threshold and Beginnings, the divine child Ganapati, to guide us and inspire us this evening. What is the message? Ganapati. All right. Fulfillment. Isn't this so on point with the message, right? Be in that fulfillment. Find joy in the world around you. Embrace love and experience. Wow. Find fulfillment in nature. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Ganapati. All right. Before I hop to the tarot proper, please give me a like and a subscribe. This really does make a huge difference. It boosts everything in the algorithm, and it's a little blessing and good karma for you. And if you are at all interested in a private reading, you can reach me, Snappy, ddts@gmail.com, or you can message me on the Myth and Lore Discord. I go by Snappy or Lady Snappy. All right. So now we are going to do our Saturn Square reading, where we invoke that energy of Kronos Saturn. We dissect our life, cut it up and put it on the plate. We look at those interconnections, at our conflicts, and we try to find a way to rise above them, to evolve and move and flow, to manifest our true will. And as always, the center card is the most important card. Oof. This is an interesting card to have with all this Dionysus Bacchic Revelry energy. Oppression. Oppression. There must be dote and antidote. You know, Dionysus is a pair, right? The other side of Dionysus is Apollo. After that revelry and frivolity must come the refinement, must come the taking of responsibility and the pursuit of that beauty, right? You must overcome your limitations, be transformed by the revelry, and take responsibility lest we fall into oppression. Oppression is when we focus too much on the pleasures, when we overindulge, when we are taking too much of that dote and no antidote, right? Let's see where this is going. Interesting energy. Love it. Okay. We've been seeing her the last few days, this beautiful energy of that divine child, the princess in discs, right? This is that energy of trying to manifest something and make it grow, of building something practical in the world, a new loving relationship, a child, a new business. But this is something truly profound, right? Something that needs to be nurtured and loved so that it can grow. And what we're seeing here is that this child is coming up to the face of this oppressive energy, this force. You cannot properly raise and tend to the needs of the princess if you're showing up with all of this oppressive energy that's holding you back, right? She needs you to move with her and take responsibility to help her grow, right? Let's see where this is going. You know, the princess always has that potential to grow and transform and become the queen or the knight. Oof. And the other issue here, right? The issues here about manifesting and growing and taking responsibility for this princess of discs, of building this out, is interference as well. Not only are we oppressing ourselves through repeated bad action, through not taking responsibility, through overindulgence, but then we are telling ourselves that things are okay. We're interfering in our natural understanding, right? We're not thinking in reason. You know, the 8, we're moving from that 7, which is futility, into the 8, which is interference. You know, we're now actually overthinking to the point where we are preventing action. We're no longer, it's the 7 is that energy of, I can't do this. The 8 is, I can't do this and I'm not going to get out of bed to do it. Right? It's a self-fulfilling energy. Right? Intense energy to have in our center. Let's see where this is going. Fortune, fate. This is something that must be faced, this oppression energy, right? And the wheels are turning. There is motion here and transformation. And you must learn to move and adapt to Fortuna, right? Fortuna applies pressure. And she can transform you into a diamond, or you can be destroyed. You know, I often think of one of my favorite writers of all time, Christine de Pizan. She wrote this amazing book called The Book of Mutability. And in it, she talks about Fortuna and how Fortuna and fate, the changing of her circumstance, forced her to adapt and become a man in the truest sense of the word, according to her. She had to adapt and become a professional writer. She had to fight in the courts for her. The thing with Christine is she was a woman in the Middle Ages and her husband died when she was young, and she had to rise to the occasion and take care of her family, pay for them, fight in court for what was owed to her. And because she rose to the occasion and adapted, because she moved with Fortuna, she became one of the most important philosophers of all time, the first published woman writer in Europe. Beautiful. Let's continue. Wow. Prince of Cups. Beautiful energy, striving energy, but immature energy. This is that energy of seeking and striving out into the world, right? To pursue love, to pursue emotions, right? This is that energy of the divine Attis or Gallus, the one who recognizes that they have entered into debauchery, that they have been drawn into the mud by the power of the nymphs, that they have neglected and moved away from the mother. But the thing here is that through the power of this beast, that Helios energy, right, Hades is able to rise above the mud. He's able to resist the nymphs and to see the great mother again. And he turns his gaze to her, and through the process of divine imitation, he becomes her, transcends the matter, transcends form, and is reborn anew. And this is that energy, right? Taking responsibility, climbing out of the muck, right? Doing what is necessary to transform. The thing, though, is this is immature energy, and you would much prefer to be the knight. So be careful. This is an energy that can easily fall back into the mud. Let's see where this is going. Wow. This is powerful energy, because what we're seeing here is that what is the Prince of Cups transforming into through that power of fate? Who are they becoming? Where are they going? They're not manifesting the divine mother. They're manifesting the divine masculine, the absolute masculine, right? In its totality. In one hand, the emperor is the absolute provider and protector, right? The one who builds the castle, who can transform reality, who wields the scepter, right? Who can defend and protect everyone. But on the other hand, the emperor is also the tyrant, right? The one who manifests their will for themselves, right? And forces people to bend the knee. This is intense energy, but it's powerful energy. And it can be beautiful or bad depending on how it is approached. But this is where fate is taking you. Transforming and taking responsibility and learning to be that power who can wield the wand, who can manifest their will and build the tower. All right, let's see where this is going. Peace. Wow. The key to overcoming this oppression energy is to embrace fortune and fate and transformation, and to be at peace with this, to stop interfering, to go with that flow, to listen to the muses, and to take responsibility, right? What I'm seeing here is that this oppression cycle is coming to an end, right? The 10 is at its max. You've been pursuing this, and it's now no longer giving you the rewards it once did. And you understand that. You're at peace with that. Now it's about taking responsibility, which is always the hard part. The peace tells me that we can see what the nature of this oppression is, and that we are at peace with the transformation, the fortune that's necessary to overcome it. Can we do the right action to actually move? Let's see. Wow. Beautiful energy of that priestess. Amazing. The camel, right? The one who can wander through the deserts, the power who moves the divine weave, right? That tantra, just magical energy, right? This is the feminine and that energy of listening to the divine moon and drawing her down, unfolding that natural flow. Wow. Connected to this peace energy, what I'm seeing here is that in order to be in flow, in order to manifest the change that is necessary, you must be at peace with oneself. Turn to the feminine and trust your intuition. See the pattern and see the flow and move with it, right? You're moving beyond this. You're overcoming the situation. The problem is that you are oftentimes oppression is comfortable. Oftentimes we interfere because we are comfortable. Change is difficult. It requires adaptation. And even though where we're sitting, it's extremely painful, right? We still don't want to change. We still don't want to do what is necessary to overcome. Let's see where this is going. Interesting. Wow. The 4. Foundational energy, luxury energy, having love in abundance. Reciprocal, free-flowing love, right? These are core relationships, core people in your life, people who love you beyond a shadow of a doubt, right? That love that is always there, that will always provide and sustain. The issue, though, with luxury is it's a luxury, right? sometimes we don't move and transform when we are receiving this kind of love. Even though we are hurt, even though we are in pain, and another factor, right? When it comes to the passion and movement and being free, we are oppressed. But when it comes to love and support, we have it in abundance, right? Now, this is good energy to overcome this if we put it towards overcoming this, right? But this is also energy that can allow us to sit, right? Can allow us to be okay, because we're still, even though we're in pain, we're receiving love. And we don't know what transformation will bring. Will it really bring an end to this pain? Wow. Yeah. Intense energy. Okay. We're now going to flip our camera. Before I do, please take a moment, give me a like and a subscribe. It really does make a big difference. So here we go. We're going to take a look at our full square here. Here's the full spread. And we'll start with the side here with our princess. So the key to engaging with this princess, right, and helping her manifest and become that queen or that knight, to really build within the discs of the earth, we have to take responsibility and be that Addis energy. We have to recognize, that we are holding ourselves back, and we have to rise out of the mud, do the hard work of transformation. We also have to be in that loving flow, right? We have to be in that divine feminine energy of looking and seeing the patterns and recognizing the plans and seeing how things are moving and moving with it, learning to move with the energy around us rather than fighting it, right? Okay. When we go here, that oppression energy, right? We're fated. This is coming to an end. This is closing out the cycle. The 10 has nowhere to go. And the key here is to manifest this peace, right? And we have to face this too. We are fated to deal with this at this time. We must learn to take responsibility. We must learn to keep our passions in check. We must learn to balance our lives out. If you're always in this state, then you're not in that generative flow, and you will become destroyed by this. Wow. Now we'll do this side here. That interference. This mental interference and this loving luxury is preventing us from taking the responsibility needed to manifest and become that emperor, right? We are not willing in some ways to do the hard work, right, that is necessary. The emperor can be hard energy. It can be a loveless energy. It's a passionate energy, but not that loving energy, right? It's a driven energy. And what I'm seeing here with the luxury and with the love, there's a conflict here. There's a fiery conflict, right? This is creating steam, and it's compounded by this interference, this mental blockage. We need to learn how to challenge this loving support that we have in a way that can allow us to overcome the mental interference and take responsibility, because we want to be this energy. We want to manifest and move. We want to stop this oppression, Intense. Okay. And I'm going to do our crosses. So we'll start with this one. Yeah, right? Addis is so sustained in this loving support here that maybe Addis is no longer fully embracing the transformation, Maybe they're just slowly moving. And this is really painful. It needs to be overcome, right? We need to transform this Prince of Cups into the Knight, right? We need to expand this from being luxurious into something that's more productive, more fulfilling. We want this to grow and become that 6. Beautiful. Okay. When we go this way, yeah, this oppression, this fiery energy, in order to overcome it, we have to draw down and connect to that feminine. And we have to be careful too, right? We're trying to manifest this emperor energy. We must be cognizant that the emperor also will aggravate this, right? The emperor is the one who manifests their passions, who goes out and pursues their will, who wields that scepter, right? Sometimes this emperor needs to know when not to wield the scepter. And that's where this power of the priestess comes in. The key to overcoming this oppression, this inability to move and to build, this too much force applied, is to bring these two powers into harmony. These are where we need to be. We need to be both that emperor and that priestess, right? The divine femme and the divine masculine working in tandem, right? One that operates on that intuitive, one that moves behind the scenes, that works on our dreams and our emotions and connects us, and the one that builds and imagines and draws their wand forward, right? That pursues an action. Together, we can overcome that. Beautiful. But without this priest, the emperor will be burned by this oppression, right? Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, the message here is learning to take care of this princess, right? This is the ongoing energy, is learning to be in that provider, that mother role, to be able to sustain and help this energy grow and manifest. And to do that, we must overcome this mental interference. We must overcome this oppression, right? This addiction energy. We must learn to be in peace, to move in flow with the natural fortune, right? To take responsibility and climb out of the mud, to embody that emperor and to pursue our will and movement, but to match it with that priestess so as not to burn ourselves. Wow. Beautiful. That's the reading. I hope it resonated with you all. This has been so much fun. Thank you all for joining me. And we're going to end the night with one final sortes. And since we began with Euripides, we will end with Euripides. All right. Muse, guide my hand. What is the message from Euripides? Inspire our audience with one final word. Are these your friends that overhear this conversation? Yes, they will keep your words and mine well hidden. Wow. Look to your friends, to your true friends, right? True friends will keep your words hidden, right? And be careful of those friends who speak about you. Interesting energy. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe. It really does make a difference. And if you are at all interested in a private reading, reach out. You can message me on the Myth and Lore Discord, Snappy or Lady Snappy, or you can email me, snappydds@gmail.com. You can find all of the information in the description below. Thank you so much. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please tune in at 7 when I interview the beautiful and lovely Shay de Montfort. It's going to be amazing. She's a psychic, a medium with tons of experience, really interesting history, and a wide, diverse knowledge of subjects. And I'm going to pick her brain about so much. It's going to be fun. So come join. All right. See you guys shortly.